Okay, cool. That was weird. It was telling me my live streaming wasn't available. I was like, the fuck? Damn YouTube. Anyway. Welcome everybody. This is a uh, JAS Special Edition number 11. Just another stream. Uh, I'm Mikey. Of course, you know me, Suzanne, our cats, Mumbai Deshfu. Uh, Today we're going to be just talking about what's coming up as far as updates on the scheduling, what's happening with our show, our channel, moving forward from today. And two watching, that's awesome. 2 likes, thank you very much. Uh, I just want you folks to know everything during the week, Monday through Thursday, with our Red Dwarf on Monday, TOS on Tuesday, uh, Get Smart on Wednesday, and 18 on Thursday will all stay the same. But I'm letting you folks know some other things are coming up. So, and hello, Jeff B. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Mikey. And Accounting Sheep. Hi, Sheep. How's it going, sir? Hi, Mike. And Akeem. Hi, Akeem. Hello, Mikey. Hope you're doing well today. I'm trying, Akeem. I'll get to that. Trust me. I am trying. Uh, YouTube was giving me some hit craziness here early, so I was like, "Oh, wow, okay." So let's see. Anyway, so what's going to happen is uh, keeping to the normal schedule Monday through Thursday at 12 noon, which I'll try to do. But as you know, subject to change, things can, real life situations can occur which may change some things. But I'm going to hope to adhere to that schedule so that I can clear out all of my projects. I want to get through all these reviews of the 4 things I do each week, get through that, and then I want to start doing some new projects after that. But in order to do that, there's a lot of things I got to change this for at least for the summer. So basically June, July, and August. So I'll let you folks know what's going on. Let's see. Jeff says hi, Accounting and Akeem. Hey, Jeff and Accounting Sheep from Akeem. Oh, hey, Gorilla. Gorilla, I may not be there for you tonight. Just gonna let you know. Yeah, got some things going on. So, Jeff, we got bad air quality too, so we got to be careful of that. Jeff B says, "Kapla, Gorilla." Roger Blair, hi, Roger Blair says, "Howdy, Mikey." Hey, how you doing? Good, sir. Great. Uh, Jeff B says, "Hey, Roger." Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's good to see all of you, really. Honestly. Gorilla says, "Hey, Jeff." Yeah. Excuse me. Gorilla's hand thoughts. Yeah. Still has that. Roger Blair, hey Jeff. Hey. So great, good to see all of you guys. Thank you so much for continuing to support the channel. Okay, so here's basically what's going to happen each day of the week, Monday through Saturday. But before I begin that, Sundays from now on, starting today and from now on, I'm just going to be totally. I'm not even going to be online, so I'm just going to take a day off. Like it took God 6 days to create the world. On the seventh day, He rested. So that's basically how it is for me. During the week, I try to get as much sleep as possible, and I know Suzanne does as well. Tries to help me out with that. But she and I do have pretty. I have a worse case of it than she does. Sleep apnea is what they call it. I have worse case, and she tries to sleep. For both of us, which is wonderful, fantastic. But I try to get sleep myself, and it's really difficult. And I've been taking, sleeping pills. Been trying to rest when I can, take naps here and there. I am turning 60, okay, but that's not my whole excuse. That's just, it's just the way I am nowadays. I'm a little bit overweight, trying to work to get that off, and I'm very tired most of the time. So, it's just it just came to me that there has to be a day I need to take fully off from anything. So I figured Sunday is probably the best day. And I talked to Suzanne about it. I always talk to Suzanne about anything or everything, that I plan on doing for our channel. And she says, "No, that's perfect." because if the fans to our channel know, I do tend to get exhausted and it's really hard and so they'll understand if I take one day off a week. So yeah, so that's pretty much where we're at. And Hakeem says, "Kapla, Gorilla, and Roger." Yeah, you guys are great. I love acknowledging you folks when you say hello to one another and that you haven't talked in a while and everything. Okay, so moving forward from today, Sundays are my total rest day. I won't be online. I won't be doing any streams. Sorry, Gorilla. I know you have your Cinema Sundays on some Sundays, but I won't be there for it. I'm sorry. Um, I just I need some time. I do. I need some time to rest. Um, so yeah. So Sundays will be excluded. Okay, so let's move to the week. Okay, so Mondays, I think um, that's when because right now my brother, Pleasant Valley Picker PvP, he wants to go ahead and start his channel. To start streaming. And he has Mondays off according to what he's told me. So he might be doing some streams soon down the line. If he or my brother Larry, my best friend Larry, who I've known for 50 years, you all know this already. I don't even have to say that anymore. But if Larry or PvP or both, or even Gorilla, if he wants to do something on a Monday night, I'm there. I can be there after I do my regular show on Monday afternoon. So there you go. Tuesday, I dedicate Tuesday to Gorilla's Cigar Lounge. I am honored and blessed to be a co-host of that show, and if he continues to do it on Tuesday nights, I'm there for him. So I will be there for him on Tuesday. Wednesday, hi, sweetheart. She's saying hello. I love you. Be careful, trust nobody.
Okay. Pirates and Blue Jays.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And they're not even in the same division. Okay. So Wednesday. Okay. Wednesday, I'm going to call Anything Goes. The reason I say that is because sometimes I have been honored to be on Resolute Germs, Nerd Night Roundtable, but there could be other streams going on that night too. Sometimes I have my friend Apex Comics. Other times I have my friends, WTF, which is the Mogs and Stevie B. Other nights there could be our new friends, Eric and Lee, who do their Stardashians show. So there's a lot of different things. So Wednesday, I pretty much leave it to Anything Goes. If there's a particular stream that looks interesting, and if it's one of our friends, and I want to try to get on and be there with the panel, or at least if I can't get on the panel, like to be on the chat, every once in a while. So that's usually what will happen with Wednesdays. And let's see. Yeah, Gorilla says, "Hey Hakeem." Roger Blair said, "Howdy, Hakeem." Jeff B said, "Rest and restorative recovery sounds like a plan." And hi, Suze. Thank you, Jeff B. Thank you. I'm glad that you understand, my friend. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Sundays for me are just no online, nothing. Just gonna rest. Yeah, that's what I did today. I did a lot of resting today. Hakeem says, "Hello, Suzanne. It's great to see you." Thanks, Hakeem. You're a wonderful, awesome man. Gorillas has been watching season 5 of The Waltons. The episode that's coming in a few weeks. The algorithm is going to bend me over on that one. It's going to be a minefield to navigate. Oh, well. Okay, honey. Be careful. You sure you're okay?
Actually, no.
All right. Well, be careful, sweetheart. Yeah. All right, honey. Yeah, dump the stuff first before you go over there. Don't leave it. Love you.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know it was attacking you. Let's see. Oh, hey, PvP, welcome. He says, "Wow, Gorilla binge watching." Yeah. We're going to have to watch over Gorilla because he's going to have some tough episodes coming up on Waltons, he just said. Yeah, we better watch out for his algorithm. Yeah, they might come after him. Who knows? Anyway, yeah. So Wednesday, anything goes. Thursday, I'll be there for Gorilla on his Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. I really enjoy that series. I'm really pissed off at Fox for getting rid of it when they did. But it did lead to Terminator Salvation movie, yeah, with Christian Bale. So I'm not too upset. But I mean, it's just, it's Fox. Fox is stupid. PvP says Gorilla when in the mystery movie, also known as God Awful Crap. Yeah. Um, Game says hello PvP. Roger Blair says I saw Star Trek: Strange New World season 3 will premiere July 17th. Oh boy. PvP says hi Akeem. Gorilla says season 5 episode. Put it this way: John Boy decides to put excerpts from a certain book written by a certain German asshole that the bots won't understand context. Oh, right. He does his own, yeah, right. He does his own summarization of Mein Kampf. Yes, I know it, Gorilla. I know it well. Yeah, yes. That German a-hole, right, that tried to ruin the world, yeah, in World War II. Yes, we know who that is. Yeah. Roger Blair says, I got the complete Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles series on DVD. Well, that's awesome, Roger. Yeah, 2 seasons of it. Yeah. Yeah. PvP says, I'm upset. This brown coat hates Fox. Those sea suckers were working for the Alliance. Yeah, they were. Yes. Gorilla says, PvP, you might be pleasantly surprised tonight. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, well, you guys enjoy yourselves. I'm going to relax the rest of the night. Try to avoid breathing in most of this terrible, poor air quality. Yeah, so. Oh, I don't know if you guys had seen this, but I have a brand new fan that's keeping me cool during the days I do the show. So Suzanne found a couple of these fans at Dollarama, and yeah, they're only a couple bucks, but they're really handy. And all you have to do is just plug it into your PC. Yeah. So that's really cool. I really like that. They canceled Dark Angel to show Firefly and canceled it. Yeah, I know. Fox are bad people. I think we know this by heart, PvP. We really do. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we've taken care of Thursday. Like I said, Friday, Gorilla, love to be there with his Waltons. So we'll do the Waltons on Friday. Okay, now Saturday's going to be kind of a toss-up. That's why I say Wednesday anything goes, but Saturday is going to be like a toss-up. Let me try to explain. Okay, so currently, and I would like to continue this. PvP and I have been trying to get a hold of Sif Dan. I know he's working now, so good. I'm glad you're working, Dan. Keep it up. Don't give it up. Okay, but on Saturdays, we are still trying, if he's available, we're trying to get him to watch some more of the TOS original episodes from Star Trek. Some of the best ones that PvP and I agree are some of the best episodes, and we're trying to get him more into Star Trek as he already is in to Star Wars. I call him a Warzy. That's what we call them, a Warzies. Those are really into it. The Trekkers or the Trekkies, that's all about Star Trek. So, yeah. So we're trying to still work on that. So for now, that's what we're planning, just to work on that. Now, here's the other thing that can happen. If Dan is not available, PvP and I can either go ahead and continue to review fan films. Like I said, I'm willing to do a few more Star Trek fan films rather than Star Wars fan films for now, because there's a lot of Star Trek fan films out there. I could even start doing, hopefully, watch parties with my Cosme of the Star Trek New Voyages with Collie, and then the Star Trek Continues with Vic Monona. I would really like to start doing those shows and get them out of the way. So that can be one thing that PvP and I could do. And if Gorilla wants to join too, that's fine. Or Larry or anybody. And the other thing is if Charlotte Nightstar is available. Remember, she does her shows every other week. Right? She does one show, takes a week off, comes back and does it again. If she has a podcast or an interview available and she wants me and PvP to be a part of it, we'll come join Charlotte and we'll be there for her on Saturdays. But after Saturday, like I say, Sundays, that's my day off. That's it. I won't be anywhere else on Sundays. Um, oh, nice. Gorilla says I've got an air puffer here. Oh, sweet. Nice, Gorilla. I didn't know you had that. Cool. Oh, and hey, Anchorman, welcome. Also known as Scott. Hello, Scott. How you doing? Hey, Mikey. Good to see you, Scott. Really is good to see you. Remember, if you haven't hit the like yet, please hit the like. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribe to the channel. We do have almost 260 subscribers. So we're only about 40 or so away from 300. We want to do a special stream when we do reach the 300 mark. So make sure you are, telling your friends and neighbors and acquaintances and family to subscribe to this channel if you want them to. And don't forget to share. And of course, when you do subscribe, remember, hit that little ding ding bell, so it can all notifications, so it can notify you when I do have webcams like this or when I do have live streams that will come occasionally. So yeah, make sure you do that for us. And there is a PvP. Oh yes, and don't forget, folks, since every one of you does have a standard mod, the Blue Wrenchy, when you have that Blue Wrenchy, please, I highly endorse that you go ahead and post your link to your channel here in the chat so that people can go to you and sub to you, check out your content everywhere. It's most appreciated. And don't forget, please show special respect to my wife, Suzanne, and to Connie Cleary, the bird woman of YouTube, and of course, Sir Lemon Pie. There are managing moderators for this channel. They're really good people. If you see them, say hello, hang out with them if you want. Don't forget to go and subscribe to their channels. That would be most appreciated. It really would. And yeah, PvP says, I thought Susan fanned you like Yul Brynner in 10 Commandments. Don't you wish? The big fan. I know what you're talking about. It was hard for feathers on a bald head. You know that, right? PvP? Yeah. It got sticky and everything. Ugh, I don't want to go there. PvP says Dan is now a working man. He should watch that. Yes, he should. Yes. Very early Rush, but a great song. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rush is great. Yeah. I'm too bummed, Mikey. Oh, I'm sorry, Scott. What's happening? And PvP says, wow, I hit 116 subs. That's so cool. Some nice person subbed the last few days. Yeah. Yay. Well, that's good. PvP. Yeah, just, make sure that you put out your YouTube channel link so people can go to your playlist, play their songs. Yeah, I actually borrowed 5 more songs from your punk and psychedelic rock playlist. And let's see. Oh, Anchorman says very close to 500 subs. Yay. Hey, that's great, Scott. Yeah. Great, Scott. No. Sorry. Couldn't resist. Yeah, Scott, that's awesome, man. So now, Scott, do you know what to do when you do reach 500? Well, YouTube will contact you. For some reason, the algorithm knows when you get close to your 500 mark. So when you do reach it, they're going to give you the options of how you want to be monetized. But they're going to tell you there's a lot of set of rules. There's a brand new set of rules that go into place. And you'll have to maintain the watch hours. You'll have to maintain your channel with good content, nothing bad. Continue doing those reviews that you do. That's a great way to start. Do some shorts also. That's the one thing I'm going to avoid until I get to that 500 mark is shorts. Because I don't like doing shorts. Shorts are just too quick. It's like 30 seconds here, 50 seconds there, 1 minute there, whatever. But it's just too quick. I don't know. And there's a lot. there's a lot I want to say in a short, but you can't, when it's only limited down to less than what 3 minutes, I think is a short or less. Yeah, because I know Gorilla. Well, you know what? I'm going to ask Gorilla's help and probably even LDG's help of how to do shorts. But I'm not worried about that right now. Later on, I can, but not right now. So, yeah. Scott says, "May I say why I'm bummed?" Sure, Scott. Go ahead. Yeah, that's what this is. It's an open forum. You can say anything you want here. Well, within reason. Don't cuss and whatever. But you know what I'm saying. PvP says, "I think it may be a combo of my playlist and folks finding me entertaining on panels." Yes, yes, that's true. Yeah, PvP, that's true. Gorillas did post a pic of the first photographed tornado. Oh, cool. Awesome. Uh, PvP's shorts are best when she takes them off. Yeah, yes. Also posted, also posted some delicious ribs. Oh, cool, Gorilla. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, that sounds fun. Scott, yeah, you let us know why you're bummed, my friend, please. We're all here for you. You know that. Yeah. Okay, so I probably don't need to repeat myself. I've told you folks what we plan on doing moving forward for the summer. Uh, just know, like I said, Sundays are off. They're off limits. I'm turning my phone off except for emergencies. I won't be online. I won't be doing anything from here on. Starting after today. So just just wish me luck. Just wish me a little bit better health. Hopefully, I can get better sleep. Okay. All right. So Scott says, Anchorman. He says, "I'm bummed because it's hard to reach my goals of driving or going for my dreams because my parents don't want to send. I don't know what that means, sir. Want to end my grandpa memorial bum me out because I was lonely there and I in conflict with Eli." Oh no, you're in conflict with Eli? Oh, oh, Scott. What's wrong? What happened, dude? Shoot. Gorilla needs to start a food channel. No kidding, right? Gorilla, actually, folks, to let you know, Gorilla, my friend Jordan, who is also known by, I won't say the rest of his name, but he is a pretty good cook. Yeah. And if you check out some of his shorts, some of the food he makes, wow, that's a mountain man for you, right? Minnesota mountain man making food. Yeah, well, there you go. It's but that's cool. Yes, I agree. How about Gorilla's greasy grates? Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, Gorilla makes me hungry. Well, it makes me hungry. There's a reason I got 11 kids. You do not have 11 kids. I thought you said you only have like two or three. You don't have 11 kids. Come on, Gorilla, really? 11 children? Please tell me that's a lie. Please tell me that's a lie. You have at least three kids that I'm aware of. Of course, I've only known you for 2 years, so, who knows? I'm sure there was other things you did before that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, Scott, in regards to your situation, um, I do like you and Elijah. You two are great young men, and I mean, you're wonderful friends, and you did a lot for me. You helped me out with my channel when no, when I was having difficulty. You still accepted me even when I had a terrible computer before, and I will always thank you for that. You did a lot for me back in my time. So I'm trying to do the same for you guys. I'm trying to be there. I go to your channels every once in a while. I do try to check them out, and I try to favorite some reviews you guys do, both of you. I'm sorry you're going through that stuff, man. I really am. PvP says if I swung the other way, I'd hook up with Gorilla just to get the great food. Yeah, right. Just to be there for his food. Sure, sure. Well, you know what? One of these days, one of these days, Suzanne and I are able to travel back into the States to visit some of our friends, I would love for me and Suzanne to come visit Gorilla. And I want to see my wife and Gorilla go at it and cook something together. Sort of like a friendly little cooking competition. Yeah. I'd want to see that. That'd be great. Yeah. And then PPP says, I'd be a food slut. That sounds like a Zappa Frank song. Yeah. Food slut. Desiring some food. Food slut. I'm always in mood. I want that food. I'm in the mood. I'm a food slut. I just gave you an idea there, PPP. I hope you were listening. Yeah. Okay. So Scott says, I'm in conflict with Eli because a friend of his asked me out, and I said sure, but then she ghosted me, and Eli announced his relationship with her, and it kind of bummed me out because I see everyone. Yeah, bet I just terrified Gorilla. Bet you did, PPP. Scott says have their relationship, and I find it hard to find friends in relationships. Sorry if I seem jealous. I don't want to be, but I always felt behind and compare my life to others. Well, Scott, please. As I've told you before, you don't need to compare yourself with others. I do read your posts that you make on Facebook, okay, Scott? And you seem to be happy. I mean, you seem to have some friends there. Your family seems to care. Dude, I mean, you're in a good place right now. You're in a place in your life that you now can make these decisions on your own and do things, and you want to be able to do things. But you got to have the drive. You got to have the patience. And you want to force yourself. What, honey? What are you crying about? One of my cats is going meow. Not sure why. Anyway, yeah, I don't hate Eli at all. Just bummed. Yeah, Scott, that's cool. PvP says, like you should do music. Well, okay. PvP, you know this. I've already told you this. But for the last 29 years, I have been, uh, you know, like I said, I sang karaoke. I sang with bands. You know, uh, I played instruments. I mean, dude, on occasion I get these inspirations. I'm not a great songwriter, let's be honest, okay? I really am not. But there are moments where I get inspired. You know what? One of my favorite all time singers is not really a singer, he's a parody guy, Weird Al Yankovic. He loves to make fun of a lot of different songs and subjects. And he's done song covers, like Fat and things like that, where he makes fun of that. And I like that. I mean, I'm just kind of like, I come up with something and I go, just off the top of my head, just go, blah, 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 and I just say it. But the thing is, I don't write it down, which I should probably. But yeah, no, I don't. But that's okay. Good lyrics. Thanks, PvP. Jeff B said hello to PvP. I don't think you said yet. Hey, Jeff, thank you. Scott says, I understand you think I am in good place, but it's hard to communicate with parents about my goals. I feel stuck. Do the best you can, Scott. Look, okay, well, let me try to explain something, Scott. I understand where you're at, I think, in a little bit of a way. Your parents have got to be more open. Talk to them, okay? Do the best you can. Talk to them. If you still have other relatives around, maybe an occasional grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunt, talk to them too. The best thing you can do, Scott, is get into communication. Try to get your ideas and your goals on the table. See what they say about that. Get their input. You know, uh, don't feel stuck. You don't need to feel stuck. Jeff B says hello to Anchorman. Thank you, Jeff. PvP says I'm old. Life lessons. Number one, never compare yourself with others. Number two, never make assumptions. Number three, continue to learn every day. That's just a few things this old dog has learned. Yeah, PvP's right, Scott. You know what? You could learn a lot from PvP. He has experience. 67 years is no pushover. He's almost at 70. Only got a few years to go. And that's a long time. I mean, for myself, I'm approaching 60 in a few months. and I've learned a lot. And I try the best I can to impart my wisdom on others. If they want to hear it, fine, that's awesome. If they don't, that's fine too. You know, they got to know their own path. You know, they got to be able to pursue their own path. And if they take the advice from other people here and there to help that goal, to help themselves achieve their own path, that's fine. That's fine too. That's great. Yeah, right. That's true, PvP. Don't let others limit you, Scott. I feel like this is an intervention, but no, it really isn't. No, I'm kidding. But you know, it's we're letting you know, Scott. There are people here right now in the chat that give a damn about how you are. They do. We all care. That's what this whole that's what this whole uh, family is. Like I said, they're not just subscribers to us; they're family members. They're all our family, you know, and we all care about each other in our family. We do. That's why this whole concept of MikeySuzeFour is kindness. We're trying to exude kindness. We're trying to bring goodness back into a world that's fucked up. Let's be honest. This world is totally messed up, and we're trying to bring some kindness and goodness back into it, so that so that there is some semblance of decency and morality. And that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to bring that kindness to others, and hope that and hope that that kindness is spread and shares out, goes out to others. That's what we want. That's all we want on this channel. We don't care about algorithm or how many numbers of people we get. You know, I'm not Jesus Christ. I'm not going to ask people to start following me and and doing other things. You know, I'm not like that. I'm a person who's just trying to get the word out that there's going to be Christ-like kindness that exists, and you can still find it in the smallest of places. And believe me, I consider our MikeySuzeFour channel special because we are a small place. We're a small channel. We don't have a lot of people, which is fine. We try to encourage others to, uh, you know, with our life experience, not book knowledge, life experience, to try to get along best they can, and we will be there for you. And we'll help you. That's what we do. I mean, that's what we do. You know. Um, yeah, Scott did say I did write a letter that was for your parents that explains why my goals are important to me. And that's the first step, and that really does help. So I hope they respond to that for your sake, Scott. I do. Um, Scott says thank you to PvP. Yes, PvP says even in a family, it may be hard, but if the folks don't respect your goals, you may need to walk away. That's true. Yeah, I've always felt rejected by the world. You shouldn't feel that way, Scott. You never should feel that way. There are many people out there that are uh, good people and they respect you, and that's everybody here right now that respects you. So no, don't ever feel that way. Never feel rejection. You know, God is there for you too, and always will be. So if you do have a belief in God, I'm not saying you need to have, but if you do, it helps. It really does. PvP says I've known folks that lived in a dysfunctional relationship. It was not good. That's true. Yeah. And PvP says I was bullied so bad I dropped out uh, grade 13. Yeah. Yeah. Hakeem says, yeah, PvP is spot on. It's always better to be yourself. Right. Like my best friend, 50 years, Larry from Be Yourself Adventure says, always be yourself. That is a great piece of advice. It is. Be yourself, Scott. Yeah. You don't need to be anybody else. Be your own self. That's all you have to be. Yeah. I'm sorry, Hakeem, I didn't finish your wonderful spot on comment here. Yeah, PvP is spot on. It's always better to be yourself and not worry about what others think. Exactly. And Scott says thank you. Oh, no, no. Thank you, Scott. We're here for you. You know that. And PvP says, yeah, I even had a teacher that bullied me. I told my parents and we all talked to the guidance counselor, and that teacher was fired. Yeah, that can happen too. Uh, and PvP says, don't be a victim. Stand up and defend your rights in life, Scott. You can succeed. It's very true. And Scott just asked what the teacher did, what the teacher do. Yeah. And we have 4 likes and 5 people watching. This is great. This is great. I love this. Thank you so much, folks. Yeah, I am going to miss this on Sundays. I am. But it is this. But it is necessary for my physical health. So I hope you guys and gals understand that. So I am a little depressed, but I need it. It's necessary. Scott says, I don't want to play victim. I just feel frustrated by what others say. Well, there's one way you can go past that, Scott. You become the better man and you rise above it. And there's ways you can do that. There is. If somebody says something bad about you, say, well, I know that I'm the best, and you know why? God told me so. Believe me, a lot of people will shut the F up when you tell them that God told you that you're the best. Oh, yes. I've done that before myself. I said, well, you call me these names, huh? Well, guess what? God told me to pray for you, even though your sorry ass is sorry. And he told me I'm the better man. Yeah. So argue that with me. Yeah. Well, PvP and I know some people that are really nasty, and they would probably argue with me. So, yeah. Good luck. You won't win. You won't win. So, yeah, Scott says, I don't want to play victim, right? Oh, I just said that. I'm so sorry. Yeah, feel frustrated. Yeah. PvP said he said awful things about me in a classroom of my peers. I was so humiliated. It was very traumatic. Yeah. Scott says, at least that teacher ain't part of your life anymore. It's true. Still, I got him dismissed, and he'll never teach again. That's great, PvP. That's a story I probably have not heard from you, but thank you for for expressing that to us. And I'm sorry you had to go through that experience. Yeah. Scott says my favorite celebrity, Jenna Ortega, sister replied to me again online. Yay! Good, good, Scott. Yeah, you know, um, I had a few celebrities that I talked to on YouTube. Of course, a couple of them are gone now, but there's still one or two I still talk to. Uh, you know, and yeah, it's good. It's good if you know a few celebrities here or there that are very nice people, very good, kind-hearted people that are willing to talk with you and to express uh, intimate things to you, which you probably don't want to repeat to anybody else. If they give you some intimate moments, you probably want to keep those to yourself. But otherwise, yeah, there's some good people still out there. And BBP says bad teachers are awful. Too often they tell kids they'll never succeed. So wrong. Yeah. Well, I have two good teachers. My brother is a teacher. My sister Bernadette was a substitute teacher. I believe she doesn't teach anymore. But they were two great teachers. And I had great teachers through my life. I never had a bad one. I was, knock on wood, blessed. Yeah. I had some good teachers. And good priests, too. Yeah. Hakeem said, no matter what you do, there will always be someone that will talk crap. Hey, come here, you. Bed bugs. Ugh. Hate these things. Anyway. Yeah. So Hakeem says, no matter what you do, there will always be someone that will talk crap about you. So I always say, ignore stupidity and embrace your integrity. Right. Embrace intelligence. Find the people around you that are as smart as you or even smarter and talk to them. Ignore the stupid ones, the idiots, the morons, the dipshits, the whoever you want to call them, the douchebags. Ignore them. Yeah. Ignore them. Look what happened to Jesus. He had people that spat in his face literally a week after he arrived in Jerusalem on the back of an ass, with all the palm leaves and everything leaved out to him. And look what he went through in 1 week. And then he was freaking tortured before he was put up on a tree. Look what he went through. But through all of it, he prayed to his Father and said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Yeah. He even prayed for his enemies, his sinners, that went against him. Everybody that went against him. That's what I do for people like Teague. That's what I do for people like Tony Scott of Iron. That's what I do for people like, yeah, even Finity. Those three assholes. But I still pray for them. I do. Love your enemies, God said. If you have one cheek, offer the other. But in all that, know your integrity, know your place. You're a special person, and special means more than anything. Special doesn't mean that you're a special needs kid or anything like that. What special means is you're a unique individual and you're respected. There are people that love you, your parents, hopefully your parents do, but there are people around you that respect you and people that love you. Embrace those people, Scott, and embrace yourself. Know that you have no limitations, that you do have a heart, you have a soul, that you care, that you give a damn. Let people know that. Okay? You'll find more friends that way if you are respectful of your own self, that you care about your own self. It's not being selfish, okay? It's not being selfish at all. You care, okay? And you let people know that. Honestly, let people know that you care, all right? And believe me, it's going to open doors for you that you may have never even contemplated before, my friend. It's going to do that. And it does it for a lot of people. And that's why I say kindness, goodness is missing from this world. We have idiots who are running offices right now that they should not be running. But we can't help it, right? We go with the lesser of two evils. Fuck that. I think that should be just gone from the lexicon. I know it's still out there, but it should be gone. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to get too political. I hate doing that. Really just drives me nuts. And I know it drives my dad nuts. I'll go to my very first person I care about, my dad. My dad says politics, religion, taxes, death. Eradicate him. Don't even talk about him in conversation. He gets you in nothing but trouble. Those four things. Okay, Dad. My mom, same thing. And I love my mother. I'm more like my mother than my dad, so believe me, my mom knows business. That's why she takes care of the finances. That's why Suzanne takes care of her finances. They're smart women, and they're smarter than me. So I'm like, hey, you take care of that. That's what you do. I'll take care of you. I love you. I'll do what I can for you, as a husband does, but you're smarter than me. You're going to take care of that. Finances is all about you. So remember that, Scott. When you do get married to someone, make sure it's a woman who's smarter, cares more, and takes care of finances. Let her do it. Okay? Let her do it. Believe me. Yeah. And Scott says some of my math teachers were mean to me. And he says a coworker called me an R word to rile me up and would talk down about me to others. And he acted like he was everyone's best friend at work or a two-faced person. He's a two-faced person, right? And I don't like him. There are a lot of people that'll be that way, my friend. Yeah. Mick Garson, David Bowie's piano player that joined him on Aladdin Sane, his playing is genius. He has a YouTube page. I left a message telling him how I loved his playing. That's awesome. Thank you, PvP. He relied. Oh, he relayed. Is it relayed or relied? Okay. The next day, thanked me for my kind words. Never be afraid to reach out. Even famous folks can appreciate kindness. Replied. Oh, he replied the next day. Oh, thank you, PvP. Yeah. Yeah. PvP is exactly right, Scott. There are some celebrities out there that, believe it or not, are very lonely people. And I try to reach out to them every chance I get, the ones that I do know that are still around. I try to say, hey, how's it going? Yeah. You know the guy, you guys, I mentioned him once before, PvP, but you know the guy that worked on Axonar, which was Alec Peters, and then he got shunned and all this other stuff? He's my friend not only on YouTube, but on Facebook. So if I have to respond to Alec, I do. Every once in a while, he needs just a little bit of guidance. He needs a little bit of push. And if I'm there to do that, that's what I do. Alec Peters. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's some good people out there. Like I said, I know some people, friends of mine who I knew in school, in high school. One of them is a Grammy artist, Anne Marie Paserno, very nice person. She'll always appreciate a nice, warm smile, a kind hug, anything like that. My friend Jennifer Crutchfield, along with her husband Chris, the couple is great when it comes to music. They create some wonderful Christian type music. Um, I'm there for them. I'm there for them. Tyler Booth, he's a great country artist. He does country covers, writes his own good country songs, but he's a purist. He doesn't like any of this country rock, country rap, or country bullshit or hip hop crap. He likes the purest country. Cash, Nelson, all of that. And he's into that. So Tyler Booth, if he needs a good word, I'll send him a good word. Because I think he's a great artist. He knows what he's doing. And Scott says, thank you, Mikey. Oh, you're welcome, sir. Yeah, don't call me Miley Cyrus. Don't call me that. No, no, not Miley. No. Just kidding, Scott. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, you're welcome. You're welcome, Scott. PvP says, I had a math teacher in my high school upgrade at college that was an a-hole. I could never get math. That teacher told me to quit his class, so I did. This person didn't offer a hand up. Yeah, yeah. You don't want to hang around people like that. Yeah. Well, it's like Jesus said when he sent his disciples out among the world, at the known world at that time, to go and preach the gospel, and they would go, and they would just be normal people, just going there, showing how special, learning from Jesus and learning from God, and some people accepted it and some people rejected it. When the people who rejected it were the majority, and it was the town they were in, Jesus just said simply pray for them, pray for their souls, and knock the dust from your soles, from your soles of your thongs, your shoes, or whatever you were wearing at the time, and move on. And that's what they did. And that's what I feel like most times. That's how our channel is like. We try to exude the most kindness we can. We try to be sensible. We do try to be strict. I'm going to be blunt honest with people. I'm not going to bullshit around. I do tell you how I feel. I will let you know because the world is a very evil and sinister place overall. It really is. We're all going to hell. Yeah. Or if we're not there already. I actually consider Earth as hell. This is hell. When we get to heaven, it's a better, more eternal, more pleasant place to be. And that's where I hope to be. On another plane. Something that I'm, with my beautiful wife, with Suzanne, and our cats. So, yeah. BVP said he offered a slap in the face. And Scott says, I feel even more lonely since my grandparents' dog going back to my grandma. Yeah, that's pretty sad there, too. PvP says, I heard he died in a cycling accident years later. I thought it was karma that caught up with him. Karma will catch up with the bad ones, people. That's just a fact of life. I say it, you know what? I say it perfectly. God equals karma. Karma equals God. Any questions? I didn't think so. That's my own. I created that myself. Yeah, I did. Scott says, a math teacher once told me, why aren't you like your sister? Also, one would always target me during class, yelling at me to pay attention. Even if I try to, she still yells. She said she liked me, but she meant mean to me. PvP says I could be depressed if I chose to, but I won't. Right. That's right. That's the way it is there, PvP. Definitely. Uh, being firstborn, I just want to say something about that. Being firstborn, I had a lot to live up to. So I tried my best to be the best possible student in school, best possible person I could be. I had my moments where I was pretty bad. I put there's moments I put my mom and dad through hell. I did, I did, and I tried the best I could. You know, some people were appreciative that I was such a good student in school that when my brother came up, my brother, I told him, I said, Phil, I said, just be kind, but be thorough. Ask questions. Always ask questions. And he did. And, we had the best example. We went through the same teacher, Mr. Whitaker, and he said I was one of his best students in class. And I said, well, my brother's coming. He's 2 years behind me. He says, I'm looking forward to it. What's his name? Philip. I said, okay. I will respond to Philip Fournier. That's our last name. You knew that. Everybody knew that. It's not uncommon knowledge. People know it. Anyway, but long story short, so Phil goes through my previous teacher's class, Mr. Whitaker's class, and he does exemplary. He's smart. My brother is intelligent, okay? But he's kind. He's a kind person. And he was then. Still is now. Even though he's a little eccentric. And I love him. He's my brother. I have to. I love him. But anyway, Mr. Whitaker came across both of us. My brother and I were just at a function. And he came across to us a long time ago. Mr. Whitaker's passed now. Rest in peace. Been that way for a while. But way back, we were at a function. And Mr. Whitaker came to us. And we said, Mr. Whitaker. We both said it in unison. First time I think my brother and I actually were on the same page. And he says, welcome, gentlemen. I said, hey, how are you? Welcome. And he says, Mr. Michael, Philip, Mr. Fournier's, he says, you two were two of the best students in my class. You always asked questions. You were always polite. You were always, good students. You didn't get into trouble. You didn't cause trouble. You two were the best two that I had ever seen in my life. And he says, I was blessed to teach you both. And then we both said, we are blessed to learn from you, Mr. Whitaker. We learned a lot. We did. And there are great teachers like that. There are great teachers like that are out there. Yeah. And I mean, you gotta listen to them. You gotta, but not just listen. You gotta carefully hear in their voice. They might be having the worst, terrible day in their lives. Okay? But they still do their job. They still come and they teach. And what you want to do is give them that kindness to exude through, to just come out there and say, I care. I want you to do well. I want you to be the greatest teacher ever in my school and teach me. Let me know. Guide me. I wish more kids would do that for their teachers. I really do. Because they earn it. Teachers earn respect, and they should. PvP says, I'd like to think everyone has a soul. Some folks make it hard to believe. PvP says, I have had a very hard life. Yes, you have, sir. Yes, you have. And Scott says, do you like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villain, Don Turtle? Yeah. Well, they're funny. He's funny. Yeah, definitely. PvP says, I don't share much. Stephen King could write a horror short story in my life. Yeah, well, I told you, PvP, that if Hollywood wants to do a story about me and Suzanne, they can. Sure. We met online. We conversed with each other for years. We finally met one another in 2015, solidified our relationship and our bonding in our relationship for the 2 visits I took here in Toronto in both June and September of that year, 2015. And we got married the following year, and the rest has been history. So, sure. Yeah. I want Hollywood. Look, if anybody from Hollywood is lurking and listening out there and they want a really good story, take me and Suzanne's story. From online romance to real life marriage and long life together. Yeah. I just gave you a title. I just gave you a title. So, from online to real life. The Michael and Suzanne Fournier story. There you go. That'll work. That'll make for a good Netflix. I believe it. I don't know who would play us though. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead yet, but maybe I'll think of something. Yeah. A good teacher is worth more than gold. Agreed. And Scott says, I wish I was not hard on myself. Scott, if you weren't hard on yourself, you wouldn't be human. That's all I'm going to say. It's all right. It's all right to be hard on yourself every once in a while. But you know what? There are ways you can turn that around, do a full 360, and become happier about yourself. It does take time. I'm not going to lie to you. It takes time. But it will happen. You'll be able to feel better about yourself and thrive. Not just survive, you'll thrive. That's what people want to do nowadays. They don't want to just, survive. They want to thrive. They want to be better people. I do believe that. I do believe that there are people out there that want to be better. And it just takes a lot of will, a lot of dedication, a lot of strength, a lot of inner resolve to make it happen. But you can, Scott. I mean, look who walked in. Positive Candor. Hello, all. Hello, PC. Good to see you, my friend. And Hakeem says, hey, Positive Candor. Any idea Wayne Gorilla is doing his awful movie night? I don't know, PvP, and I'm not going to be there. So you ask him. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to take the rest of the night off and relax. Probably just watch some videos, then go to bed like I normally do. Yeah, PvP says I'm going to get milk later. Yeah, good idea, because we had to get drinks ourselves. Scott says I'm reading a Star Wars book, Dark Disciple. Oh, cool. Hey, Scott, go ahead and read it out fully and whatever. When you're done, let me know what your recommendation is for it, okay? Let me know on Facebook Messenger. Send me a message or anything. Please, anytime. And I'll get to it. I will. I'll get to it and read it. Yeah. Dark Disciple, that sounds cool. Yeah. What do I say if someone calls me a snowflake? Well, all I can say is if somebody calls you a snowflake, say, well, you know what? I guess it sucks to be you when a million of me fall on you every year right around fall and winter time. Tell them that. Yeah. Tell them it sucks to be you when me and a million of my other friends, snowflakes, all fall on your ass and prevent you from getting to work and all of the other things because you're a dick. Yeah. Just tell them that. That'll work. Yeah. To not be as hard on yourself. 1, tune out the negative folks. And 2, be aware of your inner voice. And if it's negative, challenge it. Good point there, PvP. Good point. Very good points there. Yeah. Okay. Well, my folks, this has been very fulfilling and very heartwarming. And I appreciate all of you being here. And but we do need to go because it's been an hour, and I'm going to go ahead and try to relax. Wait for Suzanne to come home so we can enjoy some dinner. And don't forget, in about 8 days from now, which I believe is the 16th. Yes, yeah. My wife's birthday this year is on Monday the 16th. So on that day, I hope to do a live stream, and I'll just I won't leave it open. I mean, I will invite a couple of panelists that are dear friends to us, but open chat, and I want to celebrate my wife's birthday, and she's going to make for us her own cake. She's got all the fixings and everything she needs, and she's gonna, and I'm going to help her, obviously, and we're going to put it together, and it's going to be a nice cake. So, that's what I'd like to do for the 16th of June is to celebrate my wife's 39 years of life. She's going to be 59, but I told her, look, Suzanne, you can be a female Jack Benny for 1 year and say you're 39 until I turn 60 or after that, She said, okay. So that should be fun. So that's coming up on June 16th. We want to do something special for my wife. Yeah, was fun. Yeah, PvP. Oh, and Gorilla says, just tell them they are a Timu Forrest Gump if they have to resort to insults to make a point. Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Gorilla. That'll help Scott. Definitely. Thank you. Yes. Oh, yes. I got to shop food. Ah, Gorilla, what time? 7, he says. Okay. 7. 7 his time, 8 o'clock my time. Well, since this is my last Sunday, I might stop by, Gorilla. You say 7 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock my time PM? Okay, I might stop by. Yeah, PvP says okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm just curious to see what kind of weird ass film you're gonna have. Am I the only one that doesn't like Forrest Gump? Oh, bye bye. And Scott says bye. I kind of think it's silly. Oh, all right. Well, take care of yourself, Scott. All right. Good to see you, my friend. We got 5 likes, 4 people still watching. That's great. Okay, so let's thank Pleasant Valley Picker, PvP, for joining us here in the chat. Anchorman, also known as Scott, for joining. Gorilla's Ham Hand Thoughts. Thank you, Gorilla. Hakeem. I don't know. No. It sounds like Kareem. I'm sorry, Hakeem. But Hakeem, who's been there for us from the beginning. Thank you, Hakeem, for being here. Positive Candor. Appreciate you dropping by, my friend. Please come by more often, everyone that's here. Please come by more often during the week when I'm more lively, when I'm alive here, Monday through Saturday. Let's see. Hakeem, Anchorman, PvP. Jeff B. Thank you, Jeff B, for being here. My friend, brother, thank you so much. Yep, Gorilla, thank you. PvP, thank you. Scott, thank you. Hakeem, thank you. Scrolling. I suck. Roger Blair. Yep, Roger Blair, thank you, sir, for being here as well. Appreciate you. And let's see. Who else came? Yep, we got Jeff B already. Hakeem, yep. Yeah. Wow. And Accounting Sheep. You were second in the box today. Yeah, thank you so much, Sheep. Appreciate you being here too. All right. All right, and Hakeem said, "See you, Scott." Thank you, Hakeem. PvP says, "Not that Tom Hanks is bad; it's more like the script." Right. And PvP said, "I didn't like Castaway either, though. I found it boring." Yeah. And the pleasure is all mine, Mikey. You helped me tons. Oh, thank you, Hakeem. Well, you helped us tons, sir. You were there in the beginning when nobody believed in us. So appreciate you starting the trend, starting the friendships, starting everybody that I've got to know at this point. That me and Suzanne love. And we care for you guys, girls. Um, Still thinks Hank's best was Philadelphia. I agree. Denzel Washington. That was a fantastic movie. Yeah, I do like Philadelphia. Gorilla said, "Well, I thought you guys would appreciate Debbie Does Dallas tonight, but I guess not." Oh, stop saying that, Gorilla. Debbie Does Dallas. If you were able to get a hold of that, that is insane. And you know that the algorithm would have a field day with it. But hey, if you can pull it off, Gorilla, go for it. I'll see you at 7, okay? Your time. Center of the universe. You silly ape. But I love you. Jeez. Hey, I'd love to do Debbie. Hippie says. Hakeem says the start of Castaway was a bit boring, but by the end I had tears for a ball. Oh yeah. Wilson. Yeah. That's my fucking ass off. True. Hello, Matt Arnold, and thank you, Matt Arnold, being here too. Hello, everyone. The game says I'll be there, Gorilla. Yeah, PvP said I'd do her first, Gorilla. You'd get sloppy seconds. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so true. Gorilla says I do have a copy of that. I also got a hold of a fun parody of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Massacre. Yeah, yeah, that too. And oh, hey, Sif Dan, hello, hello there, MikeySuzeFour. Hello, Dan. Good to see you, my friend. PvP says, "Damn, I almost got through a stream with no sex joke." Aww, wah wah. Oh my god, you guys and girls make me laugh so hard. Oh man. Oh, oh, Gorilla. It's called the Texas Dildo Massacre. Massacre. Oh Jesus. Oh man. Sif Dan said, you almost nailed it. Yeah. And the game says, hey Matt and Dan. Yeah, it's good to see you folks. It really is. Yeah. Okay. Well, before Suzanne gets back, let me go ahead and do a quick prayer, and then I guess I'll hang out on YouTube for a little bit till I get to Gorilla's mystery movie at 8 my time. So anyway, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, dear Lord, thank you so much for all the friends and family and everyone we know through YouTube and through Facebook and through StreamYard and through social media itself. We pray for all of their families. We know they're going through rough times. Everybody we know intimately and people we know from a distance, they're all suffering, but we hope that suffering will end and that they will have better lives and better times ahead. So we ask your blessed Son, Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, the Blessed Mother, Most Blessed Virgin Mary. We ask our patron saints, Saint Suzanne and Saint Michael the Archangel, defender of heaven, who sent the evil one and all of his fallen angels to hell. We ask for all of you to pray for us in everything. In Jesus' name, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. All right. And Dan says, hello there, Akeem. And PvP says, how about a combo of Debbie and a chainsaw? Oh, wait, that was last Sunday. All right, PvP says bye. All right, PvP. Well, we'll see you there tonight, okay? We'll try to be there for Gorilla. One last Sunday for me to enjoy. Yeah. Have a good time there, my friend. Okay, so thank you all so much for being here. As I always like to say, uh, as I like to use the phrases from my friends, uh, Larry, my best friend, who says, always be yourself. My beautiful wife, Suzanne, who says, leave everything in God's hands. Best pieces of advice I could ever ask for. The wonderful Gene Siskel, Siskel, who worked for the Chicago Tribune, my favorite nerd growing up in the 80s and 90s of Siskel and Ebert at the movies, who said, and now the aisle is closed. And of course, what we always say here at MikeySuzeFour, which is always expect the unexpected. So, to recap once again, real quick, as of after today, Sundays will be my day off. I won't be online. I won't be anywhere that I plan on. If something does change, as I said, always subject to change. So that could always change. Something could. But in the meantime, I do need one day off a week to recover, to recuperate. And I figured Sunday, best time. Best time to recover. But everything else will go the same here for our own channel. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 12 noon. Doing the 4 shows I do that I love the most. Helping out Gorilla when I can. Helping Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf when I can. Sif Dan when I can. Larry when I can. Raquel and Moira when I can. And of course, for everybody else that I know. Try to help you all out. So, Mikey, do you use clippers or scissors to trim your beard? Looks like it's getting a little longer. It is, isn't it? I do tend to use scissors every once in a while. I use scissors to trim it down, Dan. Just on the sides, yeah. Yeah, it is looking like it's getting longer. I was going to ask Suzanne tomorrow if she'd just shave off my head again. Because then this, like, it all adds up together. I feel like Moses. Where's the Red Sea when it needs to be parted? Oh, wait, there's a Lake Ontario out here. Maybe I can go, God will. Yeah, and then just separate Ontario. Yeah, you never know what you're going to find in that lake. Woo! Oh, hey, Booger414 got here in time for the close, I see. Yes, you did, Booger. Oh, and Booger, send our best as always to your wonderful wife, Christine. It's always good to see you, my friend. See you, Mikey, and chat until next time. Thank you, Joaquin. Thank you so much. So we got 6 likes, 5 people watching. That is awesome, awesome. And we'll let you know, of course, tomorrow, same Mikey time, same Mikey channel. We'll be doing our show, 2 episodes of that wonderful British comedy sci-fi series, Red Dwarf. 2-episode review tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern, straight up. Hopefully you folks can make it. Come on by. We'll shoot the shit a little bit, have some fun. Yeah. Yeah. Sci-fi Stepdad says, let my people go, Pharaoh. Nice, Dan. Nice. And be there. Yes. All right. Well, everybody, take care of yourselves. Watch out for people out there. Try to offer good advice. Try to offer some kindness when possible. And, of course, peace. So, as I always say, God bless America. God bless Canada. God bless England. God bless the rest of this fine world we live in. We only have one, so treat it well. And, of course, peace from MikeySuzeFour. So on behalf of myself, my beautiful wife Suzanne, my 2 wonderful cats, Moonpie and Deja Vu, we love you guys and girls. Take care of yourselves. Have a great week. Please be safe out there. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.